Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Autobot BLURR. And just one thing about this video is that I'm sorry that I couldn't post this a bit earlier, as BLURR and the other 86 Transformers have been released since February, but I'm going to be posting it right now. Unfortunately, I did not have it in February. In March I had it, but then new figures came along and I never had time to post these videos. So now I'm going to be posting some 86 Transformer videos, and maybe tomorrow or the day after that you may see a new review. So without further ado, let's get started. First, obviously we're going to take a look at BLURR as always. After that we're going to do some size comparisons, the accessories, and take a look at the box, the backdrop, and then finally transformation. So without further ado, let's take a look at his some of his features that I actually found very fascinating. And this figure is actually I'd say like one of the best 86 Transformers figures you can that you can get so far. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of his features. So starting off here with the head, one thing that I actually did find very fascinating is that BLURR and Autobot Cup do have this feature that on the back of their head they have a piece of transparent plastic, and when the light shines through, their eyes actually in fact glow. So just looking at it very carefully, you can see that his eyes are glowing. And let me just put my finger in the back here. Then they do not look like they're glowing, and then right here they look like they're glowing. But only at a certain angles, like toward the light, they look like they're glowing. So if you have a light that's going up here, I recommend like putting it a little up here so that you can see his lights glow, his eyes glowing. So that is one feature that I found very fascinating, and I really hope that they would do that with more 86 Transformers figure, and they might if in the future. One thing that I did not really like is that there is a lot of kibble on the arms. There's like a bunch of little, there's like this big piece, the back and the arms as well. Although, although I would take it off, but no, you cannot, because that is a very vital part on the transformation. You really need this kibble right here for the transformation, and I'll show you later on the review how to transform it. One thing I also did find fascinating, I do like the front, the tiny little paint applications with the Autobot logo, the tiny details on his body. The legs are fascinating. They look amazing. They are very sturdy and everything. This figure is actually one of the smallest 86 Transformers figures, aside from Wheelie. This is one of the smallest 86 Transformer figures that I currently own right now. So without further ado, speaking of small, let's take a look at some of his accessories. So starting off with this, I believe it is a spark wielder. I'm not so sure how he used this in the movie, but I personally think that it looks nice and everything. Looks like how it did in the film, and his blaster looks amazing white. Although I have seen on eBay there are some upgrade kits for a blue blaster or something like that, more weapons. So the accessories here are nice. I really wish they would have added more paint applications. The details on them and the hollow spaces and everything are amazing on these figures, on these weapon accessories, and I do like them. So just to insert them, they can insert on either hand. You could have the gun on the right hand or the left hand. So personally I choose this hand, which looks better, so just peg it in right there. And the spark wielder, you're just gonna have to peg it in right here. Just push it in right there and then there. So you have BLURR equipped with all of his accessories. I really wish they would have added more, and the box did have space for a few more accessories, but unfortunately Hasbro did not add that much. So without further ado, let's take a look at some size comparisons between BLURR and some more 86 Autobots. So starting off here with Autobot Cup, personally, I think that the scaling between these two figures is nice. And you can make iconic movie scenes with these two figures, like such as I think that they're on the Autobot ship or something. I'm not so sure, but Cup's iconic movie scene, I am going to be doing a review about Cup, is when he fights a giant squid and Hot Rod helps him, and BLURR's iconic movie scene is when he's trying to defend Autobot City from the Decepticon attacks from Megatron, Devastator, and Starscream. So I think that this scales really nicely. We can see that BLURR is a tiny bit taller, and my mistake, Cup is nearly the smallest 86 Transformer figure. Personally, I think this scales nicely. Very nice of how the figures how the 86 Cup looks like toward the 86 BLURR. So let's bring in another Transformer for the size comparison, that being Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. And 86 Hot Rod is just the best 86 figure you can get aside from Grimlock. Personally, I think this scales nicely just to stand Hot Rod up more straight. We can see that this scales super nice to the movie, where it looks like Hot Rod and BLURR, like the scaling is really nice, and I think that these are the most accurate G1 Transformers you can get, like the most accurate right now for Hot Rod and BLURR. So two more size comparisons. Let's see how his size is toward Autobot Wheelie. So taking a look at Autobot Wheelie, I believe Wheelie is a little bit big. I feel like he should be a tiny bit smaller, but the size between Wheelie and BLURR do match the Transformers the movie universe. So personally, I would I like that it's pretty accurate BLURR. So one more size comparison, we have Studio Series 86 Leader Class Dinobot Grimlock, and I think that this scales super nice to how the movie characters do look like. I'm not so sure if BLURR and Grimlock had any iconic movie scenes in the film, because I have not watched the whole film. I just watched a few clips here and there, but personally, I think that this scales nicely to how they would look like. So just for a simple size comparison, we can see BLURR's head just makes it up to the waist and near the tummy area of Grimlock, and Grimlock literally towers over BLURR. And speaking of 86 movie figures, I cannot wait till 8607 or 08 or 09 or whatever for Dinobot Slug to be released, and I cannot wait for more 86 Transformers to be released, because personally I think that they all look amazing. I am really looking forward for Slag, not Slug, to be released, and so I could compare him with Grimlock, and you could make iconic movie scenes with the Dinobots. And I'm not so sure for a fact that I'm pretty sure that Dinobots do combine, but I'm not so sure if Grimlock has found any area to combine or anything. So maybe when when Slag gets released, maybe we'll get a first peek at Dinobot Volcanus or something like that, whatever his name is. But enough about the Dinobots. Here let's go back to BLURR. Personally, this figure looks nice. Some thoughts about this figure. I do like this figure. He literally brings to life your Transformers 86 collection. So without further ado, let's take a look at BLURR's packaging. After that, we'll take a look at the backdrop. So we have BLURR's box, and personally I think that the box looks amazing. The artwork on BLURR, the nice 8603 BLURR Transformers the movie, Hasbro, his number is 8603. The sub number is 03, because I believe Studio Series is like making the 86 movie toys like there's still Studio Series, but like the 86 Studio Series and the regular Studio Series. I do like that they are doing that. And here we have some nice amazing product shots of BLURR equipped with his weapons and into his robot and Cybertronian hovercar mode. I'm not so sure if it's accurate, but just checking some concept arts and everything, I'm pretty sure it's kind of accurate. Tell me in the comment section down below if it is accurate. I'm not so sure, because I have not seen the whole movie. Right here the contents say BLURR defends Autobot City until reinforcements arrive. So I'm not so sure in that scene, but I'm pretty sure Hot Rod, RC, Springer, and the other Autobots come to help fight. His iconic movie scene is the Battle of Autobot City. Right here, like I said, the product shots of BLURR. And one thing that I did notice is that here the glass is transparent and it's a different shade of white, and here it's transparent but a stronger shade of white. So that is just one thing that I did not really like between the photo shots and the actual figure. I really wish they could make them very like super what's it called? They can make them look how the product shots do look like, the figures how they make. He's based off the movie Transformers, the movie, and then on the last side of the packaging here we see a larger picture of BLURR with the 86 number on it, and we can see BLURR, and I'm not so sure if BLURR did really look in this purple shade. He was more in a blue shade in the movie. Although I think that it looks nice, and I just feel like this is just a replica of the toy itself. So without further ado, let's take a look at the backdrop. So here we have the backdrop, and I personally love this backdrop. I think it's really nice to how it looks like in the Autobot City battle, and then we can see in the background there are some blast effects, like if the Autobots or Decepticons were firing, there's a storm in the background, and then I think that just looks amazing. And you can pose BLURR in several ways to make it look like he is in the scene. So you can pose him in a way like this, where it looks like he's gonna shoot that way or something. So the backdrop is pretty nice. I like that they include the 86 numbers on it, and right here it just says 86 Transformers, and right here 8603 Studio Series. And now without further ado, let's get to the transformation process of BLURR. So now let's get started with the transformation. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is bring your BLURR figure over. Then after that, you're gonna have to go to the arms. This tab right here, you're gonna have to fold it up, and then after that, just make sure this falls inside right there. And then after that, close it. I'm not so sure if that step was really necessary, but I believe that Hasbro just did that maybe to provide clearance or something, as like if you just fold it like that, it folds the same exact way. But I believe like this is a bit safer and it clicks in more properly. So now you have BLURR's arms somewhat like I can't move my arms. So so we have BLURR like with his arms already tucked in and everything. And then now you're gonna have to lift this piece, I believe, like that. Then after that, just make sure it folds over his head like so. Make sure it folds over his head. Then after that, this piece right here, you're gonna have to rotate it like that, somewhat like this. And then make sure, and we can nearly see the car form nearly coming out. Now most of the transformation is gonna apply to the body right here. So you're just gonna have to unattach right here. Just detach this piece, I believe. From here, this piece as well. Just make sure you detach this and then fold this inside like that. And then after that, most of the transformation is going to apply to the legs. So simply just fold out his toes like that. Do the same process to the other toe, like this. And then after that, you're going to have to separate the foot from the thigh, I believe, from the back, from the front. And do the same process to this side. Separate these pieces. And there, now this little fin on the back, you're gonna have to fold it out. Then after that, do connect the legs together so that you can create BLURR's the back of BLURR's body. And then after that, you're gonna have to fold in the toes like this. I believe so. No, you're just gonna fold it in like that. You can do the same process to that side. No. First, you're gonna have to fold it in like this. First, fold it in like that. And then after that, you're going to have to fold the toes in like this. And then now, as we move these pieces to the bottom like that, we're going to have to peg the toes into these parts where the shoulders were. We're going to have to just tab it inside these slots right here. Just peg it inside there. Just push it in. And then after that, the arms, as we push them back, we're going to have to rotate them like that. Do the same process to the other side. Rotate them like that. And then after that, you're going to have to move the arms all the way around like that. Do the same process to this side. Move the arms all the way around like back like that. Then after that, fold this inside over here. Just tap it in right here. Just pop it in right there. And also, one other thing is that if you do get the transformation like this, flip it over one last time and then flip this part over like that. And then, as this has happened, it is a bit confusing, like the arm parts, but still, it is still transformable. And then now here we have BLURR in his hover car mode. And now, personally, I think the hover car mode looks nice. I know. I think that. Oh, and there's one last step right here. This little seat right here. Pop it up like that. So personally, I think the hover car mode is nice. I believe it is a hover car mode. Somebody tell me in the comment section down below if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. And then after that, with his accessories, the first thing you're gonna have to do is just get his weapon accessory, his gun accessory, and then simply it has this hollow area right here on this side, and then on the same side on the other side. And then right here, it does have like a tab right here, so you're just gonna push it in right there. You can put it any way you want. You could have the handle facing that way or that way. And then after that, you're going to have this facing like this. The spark builder has 2 tabs on the bottom, which are going to go tab into these little slots. So you're just going to have to just pop it inside right there. Pop it in like this, like that. And then now here we have BLURR into his fully decked out, what's it called? His hover car mode. And personally, I think nice. It looks like BLURR is gonna go zoom all the way to battle to fire the Decepticons, and it looks like he is going to fire out something to fight on the Decepticons. Now, just for a 360 view of how this looks like, I think that it looks amazing of how Hasbro has engineered this figure and everything. I think it's nice. I know, I am looking for more accurate 86 Transformers 2D series figures. Without further ado, let's unassemble BLURR. So the same thing we're gonna do in the reverse order. Just put his accessories to the side. After that, you're gonna have to unpeg these pieces right here and just unpeg them from the arms and these parts. After that, unpeg the toes, fold the shoulders out like that. Then after that, you're gonna have to make sure that the seat folds in once again. Then after that, you're gonna have to detach these legs from each other, and then make sure these pieces go like that. Just make sure that they detach like that and like this. So then, without further ado, this little fin right here, you're just gonna have to fold it in, and this part right here, just fold it in properly. Just make sure it aligns properly, and then this, you're just gonna fold it in like that. You're gonna do the same process to the other side. Just pull this in and like that. So just to show the difference, the side with the fin is this side, and this one doesn't have the fin. So this one you're just gonna have to tuck it in, and this one you just fold it in like that. Okay, so now we have the legs ready. So now the back, you're just gonna have to fold it back. Make sure it clicks in nicely like that. Then after that, you're gonna have to rotate that around. And personally, I think that looks nice and everything. Now, the same thing we did to the arms, you're gonna have to unfold them like that. Unfold them again like this. Unfold them like that. So then now, after that, you're gonna have to rotate the arms like this, and then just make sure that this piece rotates first. This piece, make sure it rotates first before, and then after that, you unfold this piece, and then make sure that the arm does fold in and everything does click in properly to the corresponding tabs. Make sure it does tab in like this. So make sure that the inward of the arm looks like that, and not weird. So you're gonna do the same process to this side. So just fold it like this, untab it like that, unfold it like that, and then simply just align it up properly, and there. So now we have BLURR fully transformed in both his robot and his car form. And personally, I think that this looks amazing. This scales nicely to the Transformers the movie universe. And also, personally, I think that this figure is one of my best Transformers 86 figures that I have so far. So without further ado, just add the accessories back. You could put them in any form you want, as they are designed to fit into both hands. Sorry. And I think that this looks nice of how the weapon accessories do look like. So that about concludes our Transformers 86 Autobot BLURR video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comment section down below if you did. And until my next Transformers Studio Series review, I will see you at our next video, which may or may not be about a upgrade kit or a new 86 figure. So until then, I will see you at our next Transformers Studio Series video. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Goodbye.